Hi everyone, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for actually taking the time to watch this video. I hope you get an immense value from what I'm about to share with you, also with somebody who is joining me in this particular interview today. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So today I have with me somebody whom I would consider a friend. One, she's friendly. Two, she's kind. She's so many things built into one. Let's just say that for me personally, I feel that the world would be a better place, right, if we had more of this kind of person in our lives, right? And this is nobody else other than the entrepreneur, the CEO of cakesetceterabynosen, Mrs. Nosen herself. Hello, good morning. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you. Good morning.
I know that our audience are probably wondering, right? Because part of the audiences that will be watching this is one, your audience, right? And two, my audience as well. Could you tell us a bit about yourself, right? What you do and just about yourself and your business as well.
Okay. My name is Nose. Yeah. I own cakesetceterabynosen and a sister business as well. But our main focus today is on cakes. So I'm a wife and a mom of 3 children. And basically what I do is make cakes. I make amazing cakes. Permit me to say so myself, for all occasions. From birthdays to weddings to naming ceremonies to even cake slices that you just want to eat in your house. If you just want to have like a mini dessert, we got you covered. So that's basically what I do. And presently in Abuja, we have 2 locations, one in Wuse 2 in the heart of Wuse 2, on Adetokumbo Ademola Crescent, and we have another one in Lifecam.
Okay, that's fantastic. You said something about your cakes being awesome, right, and all that kind of stuff. Now that's good. It's actually good that you said that, right? But if we're being honest and very objective, how about we do this? Normally, I like to ask you this, will I put it, $1 million question, right? Why should people buy from you? Right now, normally I like to ask you that question, but I feel like it will be a bit biased in a sense. But how about we do this instead? Let's actually ask other people who've actually done business with you, because there's this thing we say, there's this thing we throw around in marketing and sales, right? People don't vote with their mouth, they vote with their wallets, right? So somebody can really say nice things about you and all that kind of stuff, but until they have actually put out their wallet and given you money, they still don't have confidence in what you do, right? So let's actually ask people who've actually voted with their wallets and see what they have to do. So number one question is a very important one. I have them in front of me right now. So the number one question is this: out of every other alternative right there out there in ABJ, why is cakesetceterabynosen the best one to buy from?
I think the services is good. But I don't mean the taste of your cake is the best in Abuja. But the people, the services is good.
Yeah. There are certain things I get from the sense, or I get from cake, which I don't go anywhere else for. Even with the options, I prefer to stick with cake than the staff. I like the red velvet, and I like the triple, the chocolate chip, the Oreo chocolate chip cookie with ganache. I can't. Nobody else does it, so there's no point. Those are my 2 things, and then dessert. The chocolate mousse, caramel mousse, and parfaits. And then cupcakes. I don't wander around a lot. And Christmas, I think some years I do fruit cake.
Now, she mentioned a whole lot of things, right? But what I'm getting from this particular one right now is that you basically cover all her cake needs, right? There isn't actually any kind of cake needs that she has that you don't cover, right? And you actually make it quite easy for them. This is actually good, right? But let's check out another person's opinion.
Your service is good and you are reliable.
Service is good and you're reliable. That's another thing.
So I really like mine, because one thing I liked about the cake I got from you guys for my traditional wedding was everything I said I wanted, the way I wanted the names written and all that.
Yeah.
It was exactly what I wanted that she did. So yeah, and it tasted good because I ate it.
Wow. like I could go on and on about this thing right now, but I fear that we'll not leave here today. So like we've heard all these guys, they're saying like the service is flat out fantastic, your cake tastes good. I mean, like it's all around you, and you also fulfill variety of cake needs. So it's not that somebody actually wants this kind of cake and you're like, we don't make this kind of cake. So you make almost all kind of cakes that these guys actually want, and the taste is actually good, and the service is actually good as well. So what's your take on that?
Oh, well, we try, we do our best.
Yeah.
Basically, the mindset that we have, as a team is the fact that we want to make your cakes taste almost as much as good as you baking it yourself. So we do not compromise on quality.
Yeah.
We make sure that we use premium ingredients to make the cakes. And we also are a big believer of the fact that your cake doesn't have to only look good on the outside.
Also
if your cake looks good on the outside, it should look as good on the inside. And over time, we've realized that we have quite a wide range of clientele, and we have done our best to try and accommodate all of them.
Yeah.
So we make sure that there's a cake for everyone, even diabetic people. We've had all sorts of orders from people who want eggless cakes to people who want to eat cakes, but they can't eat certain things, people who are lactose intolerant. So the cakes are actually made to suit the buyer.
Yes.
So that's probably why we have the kind of reviews that we get. We pay attention to your details. We pay attention to the needs of our clients. And we try and make the cake to suit every client that we provide the cake for.
And that's
it's
really,
a lot of work, but it's the kind of service that we have chosen to render.
And that's really great. That's quite fantastic, because something else I got from here is that particular thing you made mention of, right? Making it suit variety of audiences, right? And I think right around 2 persons actually said similar things about you guys being able to fulfill their needs, right? So like I said earlier, it's not really a question of okay, I want this, but you guys don't sell it. You guys are like all packaged in one, which is actually quite good, because then you're making it about the audience. Then you're making it about your customer, what they want, what they need, and not really about what you want to do, because like you're customer centric. And for me, I actually think that that's actually a quite fantastic trait to have as a business. Like giving other alternatives out there, right? So why pick you? We've had a lot of people answer that, but we're not going to go into all of them, right? But we've had few persons actually say 1 or 2 things about that. Now, but let's actually hear something else, right? Another question is this: what do you like the most about Cakes Etc. by Nosen? What do you like the most about the kinds of cakes that they actually give you? And this is their response.
Yeah, I think I like when you use the word finishing. Finishing.
I like that, there are some cakes that you leave out, and before you know it, you get spoiled. You can leave them out for like 2-3 days and they are still okay. Your cakes are one of them. I mean, one thing is that I don't like cakes that most times when cakes go into the fridge or freezer, and I'm not really just interested in it and everything. I notice that your cakes, I can leave them out for 3 to 4 days and they are still very good.
The taste of the cake, the taste of the cake, we like it texture. It's not close, so I don't know what to call it. Velvet is so nice. They can't cut it and you won't just get attracted to it and you want to eat it.
So basically, everything we're getting from right here is that people love your cakes. We're talking about the taste. We're talking about the finishes, as we saw. We're talking about the decorations. Like, I would just like to say that basically, once people have seen your cake and tasted the cake, they just fall in love with it, right?
Thank you.
But let's actually hear something else, right? So we've had these people say things about things they like about your cake, right? But I went on to actually ask them, like, so who is this cake for? Who they've shared this cake with?
I buy for myself, I buy for virtually everybody, all my staff in my office and that in their bakery. And I have more than, I have up to like 40 staff there under me, and I buy cake for like years or so. Wow.
So he has like up to 20 staff that he makes sure as a routine that he buys cake for them year in, year out. You can't have that kind of loyalty if your cake is not good. You can't. You just can't. You can't.
I just call her, say, I need this cake. All she would ask is for name and write up on the cake. And voila, it's done. I just wire the money. So she makes everything easy. Ask me for pickup. If I can come, fine. If I can't, she will arrange for delivery. So life is easy.
My family gets everything.
Okay, so not only is your cake for staff, right, celebrating staff and all that, it's also for family members, right? So people can literally get it for their entire family. And this is not what we're saying. This is not what you're saying. This is not what I'm saying. This is actually what people who voted with their wallets are saying. Okay, so now the next question is this, right? So let's actually ask your customers what they like about how you do business and your relationship with them.
Sometimes I have emergencies and like orders that I need to get in very short notice, and they always come through for me. So whether it is a short notice order or whether it is a proper, like a timed order, advanced order, I always get my stuff delivered. I'm hardly ever disappointed.
From what I actually got from her, she based her what she actually liked about how you do business on one thing, right? Your ability to actually deliver even on short notice, right? And if we're being honest, even from a consumer side, right, we'll still get to you from the manufacturer side, but even from a consumer side, I know how it can really get quite difficult when you're trying to get something on a short notice. Say, for instance, you really wanted to get something for somebody that you care about or love, right? You wanted to get for them like a cake or something, right? And you really need that product on short notice, right? But then you find that most people aren't really able to actually deliver that fast, right? So how are you able to do that? I mean, like, considering that this person has also attested to it, and it's not the only person, right? It's not the only person. There was a whole lot of persons who've actually said that same thing, right? Your ability to deliver on short notice. Could you tell us a bit about that?
Oh, okay. Basically, I've been able to train my staff and structure the business in such a way that we can cope with pressure, we can work fast, and I've also been able to make sure that quality is never compromised, no matter what, whether it's a rush order, whether it's an order that has been made weeks in advance, the quality will not be compromised. So we've also studied our clientele, and we found out that we do a lot of last minute things, and so we put certain things in place to be able to cope with that mechanism. And one of the things that drives us as a team basically is the fact that we make sure that a client almost never leaves without a cake. Almost never leaves without a cake.
Delivery time, delay on delivery time. They're very effective. They keep their words, and the quality. And I had to even do a cake. I took it all the way to Ilorin.
Wow.
For my son's graduation in university.
Wow.
Imagine having to fly with cake. It's not funny.
Yes. I mean, like, somebody would just easily be like, okay, who is the baker around there? Let me just kukuma get it from there.
No, it's not I don't have baker, but hey, I don't want somebody giving me a cake that will look like that they will stone somebody with.
Yeah.
I think it will be so hard. I just want, when they cut the cake, everybody just wants to eat because it's so yummy, you can't resist it. Yes. So
wow. So
I like being loyal to people like that who are consistent in whatever they do, and they keep improving in whatever they do.
I normally pick up my cake. I've never been there. They say the cake is not ready. Sometimes I can't even send money. Maybe my account, I can't send money that very day. I have to wait till the following day. And I will just call and say, see, I cannot transfer money now, but you know me now. So tomorrow, I should say, fine, no problem. Just go ahead. Trust, knowing that this person, she will send the money tomorrow and all that. This is what I want. They won't make something different. Just make what I want exactly, And then I said I want, let's do this in butter icing. Oh, no, this won't come out fine, butter icing. The professional advice. Let's do butter in this way. Okay, let's do this fine. This right off. Oh, no, this one will not take everything. Let's cut it short this way.
Oh, fantastic, fine. Let's make this color. Okay, the flavor. What do you think we should do? Okay, this is the person's page. What do you think we should do? Okay, let's do this. How about this? Oh, fantastic.
So basically, also the
professionalism,
and engagement when you are actually trying to pick out something that you want.
Exactly.
So basically, I think the first thing that actually got me was the fact where one, maybe she's trying to make a transaction and then it doesn't work, and then you give her the cake and then she pays later. It's not something that you see all the time. No. Like, you see it all the time. You actually pay before the cake is actually made. It's not really a question of pay when you're picking up the cake. No, most businesses you pay before the cake is made. Now, having such a trust and that kind of relationship with your customers, how do you view it? Like, is this something you do all the time? Now, I'm not saying everybody should start expecting it, but one would actually say that it's not quite advisable in a sense. What do you think about that?
Oh, well, basically, in my years of doing business, I find out that customers, when they patronize you over time for a long time, they like to feel like a part of your business. So the only way that you can make them feel that they are a part of your business is to give them a level of trust. Now, the truth of the matter is that it's a risk. If I say that I have not had my fingers burned in the past, I'll be lying. But it's a risk that you have to take for you to be able to build that level of trust that will keep your customers coming back. These are the things, that is why she mentioned it. These are the things that a lot of people say. It makes it easy. So even when they find, like the guy who said that, we don't necessarily make the best cakes in Abuja, but he would rather buy from us. So when they think of, how do I build this kind of relationship with the next cake maker, they'll be like,
I'm very comfortable
with this people because I feel at home here. So that is what we make you do, and the only way we can do that is to let you know that you have earned our trust. So that's basically it.
No, that's really good. That's actually quite fantastic, and you see it every day, right? And I like what you said, and it's actually good that you as a business owner actually understands that people like to feel like they are part of your business, and I actually think is why personal branding works today like magic, right? Because you see all these big corporations, right, and then you see a very small underdog. They actually came and they will actually come into the industry and blow everything out of proportion. Why? Because they've actually built that community. They actually understand that people would spend more, people would actually invest more when they feel some sort of connection to you, as opposed to having that big name brand and just plain transaction and all that. That's really fantastic. But let's talk about something else that she mentioned. Professional advice, right? She went on to elaborate that when she's actually buying cakes, right, you're giving her advice. You're saying, okay, this would go well with this will not go well with this, and all that kind of stuff, right? So all these actually attest to one thing, right, that your customer service and your customer relationship is really, really good. Okay, now we've actually identified something, which is what people like. So let's do something else that is very interesting. Let's talk about what people don't like, right? Because I'm sure somebody who's watching this, right, will be like, they are painting everything all rosy, unicorn, and rainbows. Like people don't have a problem with their business, right? So they want to know, what are your flaws, right? Let's find out what people are actually saying about what they don't like about your business.
If I don't like it, I won't have coming back. These guys have not been punching their cake so fast.
Okay, so now he said, first off, if he doesn't like anything, he will not be coming back. Wow, that is brutal. And then he also said that he hasn't found any fault.
Ordinarily, your cakes, I keep them out of my fridge 4 days, and it's still very good, very fresh.
Yeah, but this very one. Yeah, this very one.
Strawberry and vanilla. No, was strawberry and vanilla.
Okay.
Strawberry and vanilla.
Strawberry and vanilla.
Okay, let me actually go into details about this one, right? Because the conversation was actually quite long. So the thing about this one was that she actually got a cake, right? That she had this expectancy, right? Because your cake lasts long, 2-3 days is still okay, and out of the fridge or freezer, right? But she didn't expect that this one made of strawberry and vanilla, right, would actually get spoiled, because she had that expectation and then she got let down and all that kind of stuff. And this was happening right around December. So what do you have to say about that?
Okay, so you said it happened right around November,
yes, right around December.
Okay, December. Okay, yeah, our cakes have a pretty good shelf life. But if you live in Nigeria, you will know that when the rains go, it becomes pretty hot.
Yeah.
Particularly in Abuja, and so the shelf life of most things, everything, even bread, even food that you cook, it reduces, and that's because the weather has become hot.
Okay.
So probably what happens. So we usually advise people who buy our cakes not to keep the cakes on the shelf beyond 3 days. You know, we give it like a 3-day shelf life.
Okay.
For certain flavors of cakes. However, there are certain other flavors of cakes that will last longer. You know, so yes, we had specified that it was a strawberry and vanilla cake. That particular type of cake we would give a 3-day shelf life just to be safe, so that when we're in the dry season, we don't have a situation whereby it's kept beyond that time and it starts to go bad. So we also have designed like a cake care card, you know, just to guide our customers on how to keep your cake for longer if you want to keep it beyond that period.
Wow.
So we usually advise that the cakes should be kept in the freezer. It should be wrapped properly, you know, to avoid it going bad. So
now this cake care card, did you happen to have it?
Change.
Sorry?
This
cake care card that you spoke of, do you happen to have it around there?
No, is that what?
Okay, sure, not a problem. I'm sure at the end of this we can actually
do a video and send you. Yeah.
Exactly. We can literally relate to the customers and our audience how exactly they can get their hands on this, because I actually feel that because cake is really something that, if we're being honest, we only purchase in occasions that we have some sort of an emotional attachment to, and that being the case, that means those cakes, we actually have emotional attachment to those things. So now, if that's the case, I think it would be a very good idea, right, to actually have a guide as to how to preserve these things and how to take good care of them. Right?
I've not had
any bad experience whatsoever, even within the last 30 days or so.
I thought,
okay. Now she's saying that she's not had any kind of experience any kind of bad experience whatsoever.
13 years. Have I ever had a delay?
13 years.
No.
Okay.
No. I've never had any cause to raise my voice or to get angry or to... No. It has been fantastic.
For 13 years. 13 years. And this one is just the customer who has 13 years. What about the customer who has actually around 20 years of business experience with you? I didn't actually play her own, right? But we have somebody like that. This is flat out fantastic. This is really great.
For me, it's always been easy. I haven't encountered any hiccups yet. I haven't.
If I didn't know any better, I would think that these guys actually plan these things. Like, I mean, like, how can everybody? I literally asked you the same question. What don't you like about Cakes, etc. by Nosen? And you're telling me you don't like anything, right? Like. And the one thing that they didn't like was actually circumstantial, right? Not knowing that particular flavor was not going to last for that particular duration. Overall, what we're actually getting here is that these guys are really comfortable. They love your business. They actually like the entire experience and everything. They have nothing to complain about. Before we actually round this thing up, right, there's actually something else that I would like to put into play, right? There's this thing, I actually found this particular review very quite interesting.
20 years next year. 20 years next year.
20 years next year?
Yes.
I really don't know how on earth you would keep a customer for this long. 20 years. Wow. 20 years. That is a lot. That is a lot, right? And to be honest, all these things are really they're really something that I wish that our audience would actually grab a hold of and actually understand that with everything that we've seen here, we've gone from what somebody likes the most about your cake to what they don't like, and from everything that we're seeing, for me, with all these things that we're seeing here, I would just say that your business is flat out the most fantastic anybody can actually patronize in the entire ABJ, right? I mean, like, your staff is fantastic. You have many varieties of product. Your relationship with your customer is fantastic, top notch, and all that. If we continue going, I feel like we'll not leave here today. So before we actually round up, right? Before we actually round this thing up, what would you say, right, to somebody who's on the fence, right? Because it's like we established, most times when people buy cakes, they buy it out of emotion, right? And people sometimes feel on the fence to actually maybe change vendors, try out all this stuff. So somebody might still be like, do I really want to come and patronize Cakes, etc. by Nosen? So let's take, for instance, that somebody who's like that, right, is actually watching this video right now. What would be the one thing you would tell them?
I would say give us a try. Give us a chance to allow us get into your head so we can know what you want. And let's do our magic.
Yeah.
And make you a believer.
And I mean, you can only become that believer and experience that magic once you've actually tasted it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you have this promo coming up, right? Where for Valentine's, right? Could you throw more light on that?
Well, usually for Valentine is one of my favorite seasons.
Okay.
Yes. So we have all sorts of things going on. We're gonna have like lucky dips. So when you walk into the store to place an order, you have a jar of, where you pick something out, and you can get something really nice. And we also have various designs. And when you place an order for a cake, you have lots of goodies attached to it. So you can get yourself a box of cupcakes. We have a situation whereby you can buy one and get one free. Yeah, I know it's Valentine, but hey, it's love we're sharing.
Yeah,
so you can buy a cake for your wife and buy a cake for your mom as well. So
yeah, it's true.
Before they crucify me and say, why are we getting two cakes for Valentine? Yeah.
Sure.
So you can buy one for your wife, buy one for your mother, buy one for your wife, buy one for your child, that sort of thing.
Or even for your staff, or for a friend, for anybody. I mean, like, it's a season of love, yes.
So, yes. So when you buy one, you get the other at a discounted rate, or we can have like in December, we had a situation whereby you get two cakes at a really, really nice, amazing discounted price. So
okay, so now all these things right now, I can feel like even myself, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed because the offers are just too much, right? There's just so many things somebody can get this come Valentine, right? So and I know that for some people, they will actually want to have a bit more understanding of it, right? They will want to see these offers for themselves so that they can make a better choice as to which one suits them better. So how exactly can somebody be able to reach you? How can somebody be able to reach you, interact with your brand, interact with you?
Okay, we have our locations, so you can walk in. For those of you who really do not like social media, you can walk in to the store, and we're there to consult with you and help you choose your best cake.
Where's this
we're
location?
On Instagram. So we're in Wuse 2, number 1 Kampala Street, off of Tokumba, Demola Crescent, Wuse 2. And our Life Camp branch is number 10, Princess Chibuzo Crescent, Life Camp. And we're on Instagram at cakesetceterabynosen.com. We're on Facebook, cakesetceterabynosen. And we have several WhatsApp numbers that you can reach us on as well. If you want to enjoy these promos, you need to order early. You know, the promo has a timeline because, like I said, we always make sure we want to deliver good service, good quality products, maintaining the standard. And for us to be able to do that, it comes with careful planning. You know, so you need to order early. Once the promos are out, the ads are out, you need to start to order. Because sometimes we get situations whereby the promo has ended, and that's when people want to start ordering. And they start kicking and screaming and saying, no, I must get my promo. It doesn't work that way. You know, so
thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time. And I hope that whoever it is that is watching this would actually understand that anywhere you are in ABJ, if you've not tasted Cakes Etc. by Nosen, if you've not tasted their cake, you're making a big mistake. And you don't want to do that. If you're really interested, there are a whole lot of offers for different kinds of persons as we've discussed. So at this point, we'll have to call it a day. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Thank you, my viewers. Thank you, Nosen's viewers. And until we see you again, God bless you.